Good morning, everybody. We're loading up the game right now on this beautiful Saturday. We're going to be playing a little Fishing Planet today, and the stream starts now. All right, we're going to come in and do a couple of our settings and look at a couple different things. We do have a little small league going on right now, and we have a little small club. Some of the guys are off right now. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to play a little while. I will be leaving from the Glades. This is kind of where some of our guys are at right now. So, ooh, we got some stuff. GG. All right. So, we're going to be going over to one of the other areas. I'm going to be working on some stuff on my character this morning. May come back, knock out a couple different missions at a couple different lakes. I don't want to level up too far ahead of them. Some of them are getting a little bit closer. Let's see if we have any competitions going on right now we might look at doing. What is this right here? This is a cup. Salmon. Not sure if the entire group is going to be able to fish this one. Interesting. Where are these salmon at? Let's see. I'm not sure if I can fish all those yet. All right, we'll just come out of that one for now. You know what? Let's apply. Yeah, we'll apply. Our registration's not open yet. Okay, so this one actually starts later on next week. It's got some weird fishing times, man. 1 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, not terrible. All right, we'll come back to that one. We'll check that one out. Let's see. So that looks like the tournament we have right now. So that's pretty cool, actually. So let's see here. We're gonna get our stuff prepared. Let's go catch some sturgeon. I think our sturgeon we're catching was on this, maybe. Yeah, that's in the bottom sniper. I think that was our sturgeon set up. I think I put on a couple things just to make it to where, excuse me, it would be a little bit more. Okay, yeah, fluorocarbon, 28 pounds. That seems about right for our sturgeon setup. I hope it's right. We haven't fished sturgeon in a while. We just have to figure out what. Well, first we gotta leave from here. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave. All right. All right, we're gonna leave the Glades. We're not doing Odyssey pack. Let's repair everything. 4 grand. All right, let's go. Let's get jiggy with it. All right, so we have 71,000 now. I think for the sturgeon we needed what, shad maybe? Right? Let's see. Let's go with the fish species. You know, we can do the missions here too. Get us a couple sturgeon and try to see if we can do some of the missions. All right, the white sturgeon, large cut bait and crawfish. This large cut bait it is. I could have swore we was fishing with something else, but I guess large cut bait and crawfish. Now the sturgeon are a little bit bigger for the gear that I'm using, but this is a part of the grind of doing the missions. So let's go and make sure we have large cut bait. You always want to buy outside of the main shop because I think our game just froze. There it goes. All right, so let's go to baits. Small cut bait. Large cut bait. Let's get a bunch so we don't have to come back for a while. We'll go ahead and grab. Let's just grab 100. We'll do 100 for 12,000. And I figure if we catch 100 sturgeon, by the time we use all this, it'll be worth it, I guess. All right, let's get our cut baits. We're in our backpack now. All right, let's go catch some sturgeon. Ugh, I forgot how expensive it was to travel there and get those licenses. Now we're gonna primarily catch sturgeon at night, and we're gonna take a kayak out there for the fishing for the sturgeon. All right, let's go get some sturgeon. Let's go ahead and grab our kayak, and we're gonna get the kayaking. Let's pull out the old mappy map. Trying to think. There we go. We gotta go just straight. Yes. Maybe. Yep. All right, let's go. Yeet! And obviously, we need to probably get that cardio in a little. Okay, we are moving, right? We're moving, right? I don't think we're moving. There we go. Now we're moving. Cardio or not, I don't think we're going anywhere with that anchor down. What in the world is going on? Let's see what's going on with our sound here. It seems like we've lost one of our sounds. That's strange. Oh, no, we got it right there. We're going to bump it up just a little bit. There we go. That's probably better there. All right. And we're fishing with the Fish Fort XL, but it will fill up very, very quickly with the sturgeon. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over these. I'm going to try to catch a couple during the day peak. It's a little slower than the day peak with sturgeon, but if we can catch a couple sturgeon with the day peak, that will help a lot because we can move the night and get more sturgeon. So like I said, we'll give a couple. No, we're gonna undo the anchor. So we're gonna give a couple tries for a little while. I mean, heck, if we can get 1 or 2 out of sturgeon out of the day peak, great. So we're gonna go ahead and take this guy off. Do we have? Oh, that's what we didn't look for. We didn't look for barbless 5.0s. We'll try barbless 4.0, see how it works. I kind of want to try duck muscle meat too, but we're gonna move with large. Oh, geez, we got a lot of large cut bait. Probably need to do all that. All right. So we're gonna give a couple of try. I like fishing these guys off the kayak. You know, even though they did fix the little cheese, right? You'll still get pulled by the kayak. Now, if you're on Kick, I do apologize. I do have to pull up my Kick stream on my phone. For some reason, the Kick chat's not working in my streaming application. Oh, we got one on. This might be our guy. Let's see. We'll get a nice little pull from him. This might be our sturgeon already. I like to do a little bump tap. I found that gets the fish in quicker. We probably should look at redoing our leader. I don't know if this is going to be a sturgeon or not. If it's a sturgeon, it's a smaller one, but we'll take him. He is a sturgeon. Let's go. First fish of the day was a sturgeon. That's what I'm talking about. Now, these fish are usually spawn at 2 at a time at these locations, meaning I'm going to stop myself real quick with my anchor and then pull it right back up. Nope, I didn't want to do that. All right, let's just put those away. Yeah, let's back off a little bit. I said let's back off a little bit. Huh. There we go. All right. So they usually spawn 2 fish per area. And the reason I have those 2 buoys marked there is it's kind of like enclosing that area, but sometimes you will get more spawns at that area. That's why I do like throwing in that area there. You get multiple spawns out there at times. So sometimes you can get 2 or 3 fish from that one area for that 2-hour spawn period. All right, let's go ahead and give it a try, shall we? All right, we're going to get rid of that thing because that's going to get sent to Suplex City if we use that. Go back to our bottom sniper setup. All right, there we go. All right, anyways, everyone watching on Kick, give me a second. I'm going to get my extra chat pulled up. That way you guys are able to hear me. I do also have to make sure we are still streaming on Kick because we've had some issues here lately. Okay, we are streaming on Kick. I'm going to drop that volume down. Oh, we got another one out there. This is good. This is good. So we're getting some daytime bites, right, out of this area. So what that means is we're going to be able to get more fish in this bag. So I usually like to fish at night here because you get the free advances. You don't have to pay for skipping time at night. So that always helps. For anyone watching YouTube, if you don't mind, guys, just send me out or actually in any of the streaming platforms, if you guys wouldn't mind, could you just send me a chat in each one of them? I do want to make sure my chat is acting properly. Because like I said, I have an overlay. It's supposed to do multiple chats, but like I said, I would never, not just respond to anyone on the channel. So, like I said, we are using a little bit newer streaming service, so I do want to make sure everything is working properly. So if you're in the stream right now, if you just give me a hi in the chat, that'd be awesome. All right. So we're gonna do this again. We're gonna see if we can get one more out of this area. If we can, that'll be awesome. 3 fish on 1 period is what we're really looking for here. That's why I like fishing between these 2 areas. Because sometimes you can get 3 or 4. Now we'll sit here for about 5 minutes. If we don't get one, then we're gonna throw out to that more of a left buoy to see if we get any fish off it. Let's sit there for about 2 or 3 minutes. Don't get anything. We'll move some of our other markers, and then we'll skip time tonight. But, right, 2 fish right off the bat, daytime bite is awesome. I think after we grind this for a while, right, and maybe get like to $100,000, I might look at all the fish that's on the map and see, what baits we need and what rods and steps we need. We might bring the stand back, do a little land-based fishing, and see if we can't complete some of the challenges at the map. I mean, we might as well. We're going to be here until at least probably level 50 just grinding out this map. That's what we're looking for. There we go. 3 fish off of 1 spawn point. Now, after we get this fish, we're going to see if we can get more off the spawn point. I mean, because if we can keep catching fish off the spawn point, that's awesome. And these sturgeon do fill up your fish fort really, really fast. I mean, at 2 fish, we're at 77 pounds. So, I mean, if we can fill the fish fort up before our daytime expires, I mean, hey, that's even better. Like I said, this is one of your longer grinds in the game is here when you're trying to level up. We got somebody paddling a boat next to us. Like I said, this is one reason I like the kayak. I think now that I have bigger rods, I may try to maybe get another bomb sniper set up to see if we can do further casts and get multiple sturgeon at once. But I still think with the sturgeon pulling the kayak, I still think that that's a faster way to catch them. And that's a great sturgeon. He gave us 1,031 XP, and he also gave us the 3,544 cash. And like I said, 3 fish off of 1 point. And see, like I was saying a while ago, right? These sturgeon will fill your nets up fast. So when you come here to sturgeon fish, you do want to bring a larger net. Because obviously, the more fish you can keep without having to respawn, the better. All right. Well, let's see if we can get 4 sturgeon off this one spawn point. Like I said, if we can get 4 off this thing, man, that is awesome. And with it being a morning peak, even better because we can just jump into our next day. We won't have to worry about anything. But yeah, I think I might try the multi-rod thing from land to see if it's any faster. I don't know if it'll be any faster than the kayak method. Now, for people who play this game in the past, I know there was a nice little cheese to where like it'll basically just pull you all the way to it, and you have it immediately. Like I said, we'll let this guy sink for a few minutes. Soak for a few minutes. But I think we've probably killed this spot so far for the the 2 spawn per frame. So basically, you'll get two sturgeon like every couple hours. They'll spawn in a spot. So what we'll do is let's see, it's 9:09 here on Central Time now. So what we'll do is we'll let it soak to about 9:12. If we do not catch anything, then we'll just move on to the next. I'm gonna send a text message. A test message out to the multi-platform to make sure they send out all the platforms that should be monitoring. And again, if you are chatting, if I'm missing you, I do apologize. Like I said, we've been trying to get everything situated with our new overlay. All right, so it looks like Twitch and YouTube are sending out. Let me see if I send over Kick, if I can still see. Okay, so Kick is displaying, it's just not sending out. All right. All right, so it's about 9:10 here Central Time. So we're going to probably move over to the next set of frames because when these, if they're biting, they're pretty quick. We'll give about 1 minute to soak, and we'll move over to here, and then we'll go over to the other one. If we get 2 per buoy, we're gonna get pretty close to filling this bag up. And then it only take a couple of fish at nighttime. Yeah, we're gonna pull them on up because, like I said, this is we got 3 out of the area, which is really, really good for the area. So what we'll do is we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna spin the kayak around. And there's one more spot. They're kind of hit and miss over there. Like I said, these usually do better at nighttime anyways. So I'm very happy to be catching during this daytime. All right. Give him a little toss out over there. And like, if you're someone trying to grind or trying to level up in the game, right? Those barbless hooks are always the best because with the barbless hooks, you are going to get that XP bonus. And I mean, there's no punishment from the game for using barbless hooks because, a lot of times in real life, barbless hooks can be a little bit harder to catch a fish on, but there's no punishment from the game for using barbless, or there's no where it makes it harder. So anytime you're trying to level up and trying to get XP, barbless is the way to go. Again, we're not gonna let this sink super long, or soak. Like I said, because I usually catch these at nighttime. So getting them during the daytime is a good bonus, really. I do wonder, since we caught 3 right there, if it's going to kind of cut down some other spawn areas as well. It looks like really no action yet. Let it soak for another minute or two. We'll go to the other buoy, see if there's anything over there. Then we'll go to the one over here in the back. If there's nothing, after they sit a minute or two at each one of those, then we're just gonna go. That was weird. I don't know if I cast all the way. That might be why. We'll work our way back to that one. All right. Hit the brakes. Turn him a little bit. All right. Like I said, they're usually pretty quick to bite if they're on the area. That cast was probably a little bit shorter than we really want it, but I think it'll be okay right there. I think someone said you could catch them off of muscle meat too. I do want to give the duck muscle meat a try because I do want to compare the cost, because if it's going to be cheaper for the duck muscle meat, then obviously yes, let's go with that. And the sturgeon pay out very well. You're looking at a couple grand a fish. So I mean that's always a huge plus when doing this grind. I believe I had to double check, but I think on this grind it's like you're here until like 55 to 60 frame, I think. It looks like they're slowed down a little bit. This is a normal daytime pace. Nighttime is much faster with these fish. So we have a couple of really quick morning bites, and it's like just died out. So we're sitting at we're sitting at 9:15 a.m. right now. Real time here Central, and 6:02 game time. Soak for about 2 minutes. If we don't get a bite, we'll toss this one behind us real quick. Don't get a bite there, we'll go to the other buoy. But if we don't get fast bites at either one of those buoys, then what we're going to do is we're just going to move to nighttime, because like I said, this is when I catch most of my sturgeon is at night, and it seems like the bite is just bam, 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 bam. We are moving toward a peak, so I would figure that this bite will be a little faster, because I mean, when we first got in there, the first 3 fish were just bop, bop, bop. Like we got 127 pounds right off the rip. Yeah, maybe like another minute or so soak, and then we're gonna reel up. Like I said, throw that buoy behind us, and then we're gonna go down the way a little bit. But I mean, the game was pretty gracious to us. It gave us 3 right off the bat. I mean, getting three sturgeon immediately, that's pretty darn good. Yeah, we're gonna reel this one up. We're gonna flip behind us. That's weird. And invert it. I'll take it, whatever. All right. Stop our momentum. I'll pull out. And see, over there in the distance over there, that's the last one I usually fish. That one is not as consistent as some of the others. I'm going to drop this guy right here. Let him sink down. And we're going to get after it. All right, he's in the bottom. Now, it does seem like when we use these 4.0s, we're getting a little bit more manageable sturgeon. I wonder if we can catch them off 2 and 3 ox. Because if we can catch smaller ones, and then if they will spawn more, then that works as well. We get them up faster and then less damage to our gear. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit too quick with that one. See what I mean about they're pretty quick. They are pretty quick. You don't need a whole lot of soak time with the sturgeon. That was within 1 minute sitting there. And when you're on this grind, right, and you're trying to just level up quickly, because I do want to level up quickly to get to Japan. Now, if I want to get to Japan just using premium, not using real money other than premium. Oh, we're going to try to avoid pay to win, like I said, other than the premium. But most people can, maybe spare a premium for a month or a week or a day or something. So that's why I want to use the premium instead of like just straight pay to win. All right, unsuccessful. We're going to move up, retoss it back out there. I know sometimes it will reset the fish coming out of the water. So it's going to toss right back the same spot we were at, let it sink. And then after we, hopefully we'll get lucky again. We just got a little fast on the trigger last fish, which happens because, like I said, these fish are great money because, like I said, if you look up there, it's 127 pounds already with sturgeon. And I think they're like $3,000 a fish. That's 3 fish is in there right now. Like I said, this is a daytime. So this is not really the time I normally fish for sturgeon. All right, so it's 9:19. If we're gonna let it soak to 9:21, and if we don't get any another bite, we're just gonna go over to other buoy and we're gonna flip the nighttime, catch our 3 fish, 3 to 4 fish per round, skip an hour or two, and then catch our next couple of fish. Oh, there we go, a little small bite. There we go. All right, got him. All right, this is a bigger sturgeon right here. He's letting us have it. Those sturgeon do a lot of damage to your terminal tackle, as you can see. But what I like about this kayak, right, is you never have to go very, very far to catch them. They're gonna pull you to them. Like on land, these fights take much longer. Now, what you got to watch out, the kayak is doing this little pull method here, right? Your line can go slack if you fall too fast. There we go. We got the sturgeon. All right, so that was a $2,000 fish. He was a little bit smaller than the others. He just put a lot bigger fight. He fought like a big boy, and he really wasn't a big boy. So we're just gonna back up. We got our 1 fish. Like I said, use the spawning in 2 at a time. So we're gonna slow ourselves down. It's real important. Make sure your kayak's not moving anymore, because you don't want to be drifting off your bait. It almost seems like on this game it's better to drift onto your bait than it is off of your bait. All right, we're just gonna drop it right here behind the buoy like last time. So right now we're sitting at 160 pounds, 4 fish, and we probably have close to $9,000 right now with 4 fish, which that means that paid for our flight here, and I think we'll probably cover our flight and our license on day 1, and probably our bait. Well, maybe not our bait. We bought a stupid amount of bait. We'll let him soak a few, let's see, it is 9:21 now. We'll let him soak to 9:23. We'll move that last buoy. And then if not, after we get done with that last buoy, we're going to flip tonight. But, right, 4 daytime sturgeon is a good start. Now, hopefully the night peaks are good peaks, because if they're good peaks, we can max this bag pretty quickly. And we can get on to the next night. Now, I think with the bag I have now and what I had to spend to get here with the bait and stuff, I'm going to have to probably fish 2 nights to break even as far as money goes. And then after that, we're all going to the good. But really what about, the catching the sturgeon here is about the XP. Because weight per fish with a bigger bag like this, I think you can do a little bit better as far as money goes at this level with just running out the pike. Because you can set 3 rods up and just bounce them as you're bringing the pike in, and you'll get quite a bit of money per pike. And with all this, 330 pounds of fish bag, you got quite a bit you can catch pike with. All right. So we're going to give it about another 30 seconds, and we're just going to bring this guy up. Like we're floating off of it. That's never good when you do that either. Yeah, we floated off of it some. All right, we're going to bring him up. Not a big deal. We drifted off a little bit. All right, let's move to the other marker. And then we're going to flip the night. Get on it, buddy. We're going to get closer to that buoy. All right. Stop him here. Off of it just a little bit. Don't like to put the target right behind the buoy. Just give him a little chunk. There we go. Let him sink. All right. 924. Let's let him set for until about 926 and soak. If there's nothing there, then we're just gonna probably flip the night. Like I said, this is all about speed. But again, right, this is one of the longer grinds in the whole game. So we will be streaming YouTube, Kick, and Twitch today. And in between those, we're gonna probably switch stream a little TikTok. We're trying to get everything built up over there as well. That way we can multi-stream everywhere. And if you're just joining us right now we are fishing for sturgeon. We are doing the grind from 38 to 60 still. So yeah, we're trying to get some of those, caught for the sturgeon. And like I said, I usually don't fish daytime sturgeon. It seems the night bite is a lot faster. But we just had such good luck on the first buoy that I want to keep going. But right now it's 9:25, so we'll wait 9:26. I'll get like a 30-second countdown, and if we haven't gotten a bite in 30 seconds, then we're just gonna go ahead and switch to nighttime, because again, nighttime is the right time, the bite time, since we're rhyming, for these sturgeon. All right, so we're at 9:26, like 15, 20 seconds, no bite. We're just going to go nighttime and catch our sturgeon there. But again, we got a really good start. 160 pounds, early morning bite. Oh, there we go. Come on, give me another one. There we go. We got him. Right on cue. Like I said, fishing from the kayak is my favorite way to catch sturgeon. You don't do a ton of damage to your gear. Because we are fishing with a little bit lighter gear. I mean, we got him bogged down pretty heavy. But, I mean, with the gear we have right now, you still get the 3-time multiplier. But it's not taking forever to get the fish in. There it goes. Now, like I said, I do like... Oh, that was almost... So, you have to be really careful if you're going to pull the fish up like I did there. Because what happens, your line will get slack and you're losing right to the boat. The 40-pound sturgeon, we still got 764 XP off of him, so not terrible. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's right. We don't have club mates here. So we had club mates here. Oh, those in our club. We get a little bit more money, but they're probably out enjoying their Saturday. All right. Let's get back up to 0. There we go. All right. So let's see. All that looks good. All right. So let's go ahead and try to get one more, and then we'll bounce over the night. Put them on like a 2 or 3 minute timer, and then yeah. I mean, this is basically what you do here. You just catch sturgeon until you're ready to move up to the next place to grind. You gotta enjoy the grind sometimes, I reckon. All right. So it is 9:28. By 9:30, if we haven't got a bite, we'll put them on like a 15 to 30 second timer. Geez, my nose is irritated today. We'll put them on about a 15 to 30 second timer. And, you know, if there's nothing there, then we'll just go ahead and move on overnight. But we're looking good right now as far as our chances of filling our bag. And that's what we want to do here is fill our bag. All right. That's 9:29. A few more minutes. If we don't catch anything, then we're going to go ahead and just move to our next spot. I'm sorry, we're going to flip the night. But again, not a bad start to the day. Sturgeon, like I said earlier, use a nighttime fish. And well, in this game, at least, is when I catch them most. And we're like, what, an hour and a half into day one during the daytime, and we're close to 200 pounds. Basically 200 pounds. All right. Let's see. We got a bottom. So everyone wondering, we are using a bottom sniper rod. Once I get over to my actual once we swap overnight, I kind of show everyone what I'm using right now. I think this is a good setup to make sure you get your fish in, to still get good XP, and not have to constantly repair the gear. So yeah, let's see, it's 9:30. So we're gonna let them soak about 15 to 20 more seconds. If there's no bite, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reel it up, and I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I'm using. Like I said, if you're trying to level up, there's a fine line between, you know, still getting your XP and, you know, you gotta watch how long it takes to get your fish in. All right, we're gonna bring them on up. And then you also have to, you know, look at the money aspect on how often am I repairing my gear. All right, so let's go look at our gear real quick. We're using a just regular plastic bale. We're using the bottom sniper 910. We're using the .18 mono, which is really a 25-pound test mono. 3.5-inch sinker, using 28-pound clear fluorocarbon, the .02. And then we're using the Aspire Double Punch 5500. That one has the 26.4 max drag. The recovery on it's meh, but I mean it works. Using 3.5-inch sinker, and then just the cheap plastic bale. All right. Now what we're going to do next is we are going to move to nighttime. So nighttime's a little rough. Well, nighttime's a lot rough. So what we may try to do, just to make sure that we can get everything accomplished here, we may just, I threw that way too far. Oh, geez. We're going to bring that back in. What we may do, just to hopefully, you know, like I said, because we want to fill the bag. We want to level up, but we also want to make these fishing trips, you know, profitable. Yeah, I figured that. And we'll keep that. Back to the seashell collection. But we want our fishing day to be profitable at the same time. Because we are going to buy better gear as we go along. And then plus I want to do a couple of tournaments and stuff here and there, so I would like to have some gear stored to do some of the tournaments with. Oh, got a little bite. And there we go. Oh, that's going to be a nice one. That's a big boy. Oh, see what I'm talking about the bounce method? Almost went too slack. Now he is going to just pull us to him. Yes, well, you want to make sure you do not put down your anchor though when you're in the kayak, because that's going to kind of defeat the purpose of using the kayak if you have your anchor down. All right, so we are at 48. Oh. See, you got to watch that tension. You always have to watch your tension if you're going to bounce. Now, doing this is maintaining it. Sometimes we'll keep your tension up. But this fish is being something else right now. We're going to watch our tension. He's doing some damage. We're going to bounce him a little bit. And come up and back down and bounce him a little bit. Up, back down, and bounce him a little bit so he doesn't get off. Oh, there we go. We got him. And that's how you catch a sturgeon. All right, still got 3 XP. Why are these smaller sturgeon fighting so hard? But you get lots and lots of XP for catching these things. And you need the heavy XP too at this level as well. But they're also worth a lot of money. So that's what we want to see. We didn't have to pay to travel. I'm sorry, we didn't have to pay to time travel. We got a good bite out of it. So this, believe it or not, I don't think I've had this much luck on a daytime bite before with sturgeon. Like I said, today we'll probably stream this for a while today. We'll kind of be in and out. And we'll take breaks and we'll fish different locations. Now, if my other club mates come in, we may go back to Everglades and just catch some bass for a little while. At least we get them to catch northern pike. Now, if we go to the map with them to catch northern pike, then obviously I'm going to, probably buy another rod and reel and try to do the money grind with them. While they're getting XP, I can be getting money. Just stuff I can horse them in with and get the cash off of it. All right, it is, let's see, it's 9:35 a.m. So what we will do is we will give them about another 30 more seconds, and we're going to move to the next spot. Kind of see what's going on. All right, let's see. All right, that looks fine over there on that side. Sign as well. All right, so no dice. We pick up and go somewhere else. And we got a fish off of it. These sturgeon are just so big that all it takes is a fish, like, to get you going in the right direction. All right, here we go. Let's back off just a little bit. I think we're decent there. All right, let's start here. Actually, let's start right in the middle. I like, kind of like what we were doing earlier. Right there. Now this is where I go start off to the morning. We caught 3 fish off this one spot, or this one little area. I think it's a W. So we have a very, very, very small night peak. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I like this spot. This is probably the most productive spot. It's like bait touch water fishy in Hulk terms. Let's see, watch this be a bigger sturgeon. Look how easy this one is to pull in. This one was 50 pounders. Just running to the boat. Not this small one. You see, that's good money. Now we're at 271 pounds. Like, we want to feel. I'll back off a little bit. We want to fill this stringer up. Like I said, for the grind. Like I said, we got our XP that we need each day. And then we also get some cash. But like I said, this grind is more of an XP grind than anything. All of us get more XP. All right, let's see. That's what I'm talking about. Getting a nibble right now. Not a good bite. Got him. With these sturgeon, we got maybe 2 more fish, and we're gonna max out the hole. There we go. Working on the sturgeon. Oof. Just pulling the whole kayak. That's a big boy or girl. All right, 40 foot, 38, 36, 39. Yeah, that's a nice fish. It's really nice fish. 22, 20. There we go. Yeah, I know it's going to be a nice one. Let's go. So we got room for one more sturgeon. So that's why I really like that spot. 2 fish back to back, and one was really nice fish. I say it's not every day that you can catch 3 fish out of there, but some days you can get 4. Most of the time, you'll only get 2 or 2. So sometimes you'll maybe I think like 30% of the time you'll get 3, but like once in a blue moon you will get 4 out of there. And then again, if you're new just joining us in, right? We are sturgeon fishing right now. We're doing the little XP grind. But the sturgeon here usually spawn about 2 sturgeon every few hours to each spot. So like that means you just kind of do like a loop between your spots. Now, I'm gonna show you guys my my little iPad here in a second. Kind of show you where I have my spots marked off at it for sturgeon. I'm gonna do that after we're catching on the next fish, or after we just get tired waiting on them. But basically, they spawn about every hour, 2 hours. 2 hours is a good safe spot, and catching 2 sturgeon from each spot is great. I typically like to do this at nighttime, because at night there's no charge for traveling, and it does let the sturgeon bite a little better at night, a little bit faster. So, yeah. So let's see. And like I said, I'm gonna show you guys some of my sturgeon spots here in a second. All right, we're gonna give him about 30 more seconds to bite. If he doesn't bite, I'll pull up the rod, show you some sturgeon spots, and then we'll go to the next spot. And I'll also, in a few minutes, show everyone who's new to the feed some of the gear we're using to catch the sturgeon. And again, what we're trying to do is max out our modifier while still getting the sturgeon in a timely manner without absolutely destroying everything. All right, nothing's there. So we're going to go ahead and pull up now. So these are my sturgeon spots for this area. All right. If you guys want to take a screenshot of that one, we'll hold it a second. All right, here's the two that I'm fishing right now. If you guys want to take a quick screenshot of that, I'll hold that right there for a second as well. All right, we're going to move to the next one. That's those two side by side, the ones I was saying you can catch 2, 3, and sometimes maybe 4 sturgeon on one cycle there. All right, and here's my very last one. This one is not as productive as the others typically. It will produce some sturgeon, but not as many. Now this one over here, that's going to be over by the dock house, and this is going to be in that middle area by the, in between my other 2 marks and the dock house. All right, you guys got them? Let's roll. I think this one right here at times can be more productive than dock house. The dock house can be hit or miss as far as this production. Sometimes you get your 2 off there really fast. Sometimes you'll struggle to get 1. But this one is going to typically produce 2 sturgeon. We're still moving. We're still too close as well. I just pulled up to the fish's front door. Like I said, we just need 1 more fish, and that'll fill our fish fort up. And then we'll move to the next day. Come on, man. Come on. All right, let's see. Put this little guy right here. There we go. Like I said, I like to throw it right behind him. This is my preference. Whether I'm fishing in front of it, to the side of it, north, south, east, west of it, I like just throwing it behind it. We've been live about an hour, so total, like, actually in the game fishing, I would probably say we're about 35 minutes right now. So for the XPs you get and the amount of fish that you get, it's not terrible. And we're 1 fish away from filling up the fort. There we go. That was a good bite. All right. Oh, we almost lost him. So you got to watch that tension with them. Now we're going to get a big pull. See, I like bouncing them. I like using this little method here to bounce the fish. It's like it breaks their run. You see him right there? That's so cool. You can see the fish in this game. And there, he's coming up. He's trying to dig down. We got him. Let's go. And that filled us up for the day. So about, what, 35 minutes? So let's see. See, that's one reason why you want to do night. But it's only 1 bait coin. So let's see what we get. All right. So we got $25,000 for filling that up. It's a lot faster than catching it, filling up for bass. And then we got 6,801 XP. All in what? 30 minutes? Not terrible trade. And then it's $2,000 extend. So we've actually let's see, we spent 12,000 for the bait. I think it was what? 9,000 travel here, then we're over the so yeah, we've taken care of all of our expenses already. So let's see what our stuff looks like. So we do have a little peak this morning. We could probably catch a couple of fish. So, all right, so we're at the 56-minute mark. This is a good place to take a little small break. We're going to take a little quick 10-15 minute break, and we'll be back soon. So y'all just stay tuned. Y'all can come back in about 10 minutes, and we'll get back started. All right, see y'all in a few. All right, guys, and we are back. All right, guys, and we are back. And I have my sound on kick. Sorry about that. I'm having to manage the kick chat because it doesn't always come through on my device. All right, so we're gonna try this morning peak at one of our spots over here. We'll get the morning peak started off with the dock. Well, I guess it wants to spin left. Thing's been a little wonky this morning as far as which way it goes. All right, we're on there. Let's get forward a little bit so we can stop the momentum going backwards. Like I said, it's not a big deal to be over your line a little bit, seems in this game, but once you start dragging it, it doesn't want to act right. All right. Go about here. A little short. Right at the dot. And we're good to go. And you guys probably want to see the actual stream itself. Just switch scenes. There we go. All right, we're back. So we're just doing the sturgeon grind this morning. All right, come on, give me a better one. There we go. We got sturgeon on. Let's go. Oh. See, that's what I was saying earlier. We got to be careful with that. Just to make sure we don't lose tension. I like doing this little bouncing method because it pulls the distance of the kayak on over to the fish as well. You kind of steer the kayak with the rod. See how we're whipping us over now. And get you back over the fish. Make this grind a little bit more manageable. Like I said, they did nerf this quite a bit, but it still works. The kayak just doesn't just zoom over to the sturgeon now. And we should be able to see our sturgeon. Nope, see him right there. He's swimming over this way. He should be just below my knuckle. See him right there by the pylon. They pulled me a ways. And this is what we don't want, though. If he takes us and runs the other way, then we're going to have a hard time. Oh, a little bounce out of the water there. We got a sturgeon. All right, let's get started. Got 3 times when I'm multiplier, 975 XP, and 3,000. So that paid for an extension. And now, the rest of the trips are all just straight profit from moving forward. We've paid for all the bait we purchased. We paid for our ticket. We paid for our extension for this day. And so then the rest of this trip is just straight profit while still getting XP. And that's important. That's very important. All right, so let's go this way. Still drifting a little bit, so we'll do that. All right. Going over this way. Again, we're gonna go right back at that buoy again. Like I said, if you're just joining us, we're doing the sturgeon grind right now. Like I said, we'll probably at some point in time today take a stop and look at all of our equipment and see exactly what we need, because we may just do some of the challenges here as well to kind of mix things up a little bit. Yeah, we won't get as much as XP as we will just, straight farming sturgeon, but just kind of change it up a little bit. You guys probably will notice I'm drinking a little bit more water today. I do apologize. It's a little bit harder to understand. I just had oral surgery yesterday, but, a little oral surgery don't stop us from streaming. Can't really do anything else, so I might as well stream and have fun with you guys and hang out. So it works out. We got a bite. We got a little slack in the line. That's okay. We get that slack out, get the sturgeon up. So that's 2 early morning sturgeon. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want. And there he is right there, fast in the boat. I like it. 590 XP, $2,398. And we've got 2 off that first spot. All right, let's back up a little bit. As a matter of fact, you know what? After we hit all these spots, we're going to go catch some of our fishes on our challenge on this day. because we've made up our sturgeon now. You know what we needed for our sturgeon, so we can go check out some of our other fish that we need to catch for our challenge after we do a round. As a matter of fact, let's check this out real quick. Oh, we can't because we got the line out. That's right, Dream. Fish on, baby. Fish on. We're here knocking the heads off some of these sturgeon this morning on the old kayak. How we doing today, Dream? All right. So this, like I said, this is one of our second spots where we like to catch sturgeon at. There we go. We're a little early on that one. Oh, we had a little more line, a little more slack. We at the San Joaquin, California lake. Like I said, we're doing the sturgeon grind this morning, working on those a little bit. They put that old 330-pound bag to its test because after a couple of fish, you're already at 80 to 100 pounds, depending on what you're catching. So yeah, and like I was telling the guys earlier, I like using a kayak here. Now they did kind of fix this. They're being a little finicky. They did kind of fix this to where it doesn't just zoom you right over the top of the fish, but the kayak is still kind of the way to go because it keeps the beating on your gear down a little bit. We're gonna bring this up. We probably lost our bait, but it does keep some of the wear and tear off your gear, and it's a lot faster getting the fish in. Because obviously he's gonna tow that kayak a little bit. But you want to absolutely make sure you do not have your anchor down because that kind of defeats the purpose of using a kayak. I don't think this works with boats. I know for sure it works with the kayak. So, oh, and down goes our water top. It'll be all right. Watch that slack a little bit. All right, we're good there. Every now and then you just want to give it a kind of little bump because we are drifting a little bit. You want to give it a little bump just to manage that slack. Unfortunately, sometimes you give it a little bump, a fish will be biting on it at the same time. So you will not, sometimes you'll miss your fish. All right. Just whenever you're ready, Sturgeon. All right. It's 10:03 now. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait to about 10:05, and if nothing bites, and we'll pick up and we'll go over to our more fruitful spot to the left. Not a good bite. I'm just playing with it. All right. That might actually be a catfish. All right. Then we drifted too far off of it. Just throw it right behind the buoy. Give it a couple bumps. And that should have us tight. Yep, we're tight where we need to be at. Um, it seems like they're working fine this morning. I think it may have been the Xbox servers acting up again last night. Like I said, things seem to be a lot better this morning. I know Xbox has been having some issues over the last few weeks, or over last week or so, with some of their servers. So hopefully they can kind of get that figured out. I would like for us to be able to finish up those last couple nights. Last night, for all of our viewers, last night we were playing the midnight shift, and uh, we got like tonight 10 out of 13, and then we just had problems staying connected for the remainder of the night, so we had to scrap that mission. Right now we are a little bit slower than we were the day before. We don't seem to have as much as steady as a bite. But again, right, this is usually a nighttime grind for these guys, so catching them during the day does help. And to make sure you get your bag filled up for night. Yeah, so it could have been your DHCP did move you to a different IP address as well, like we were kind of talking about last night. It's not a good bite again. Yeah, I think we may have catfish here right now. They're not really being aggressive, so I'm gonna let them just stay right there where they're at. So we have our old spot over here, and last couple cycles we've been able to get 3 sturgeon off of this little area right here, and I like it. I want them to keep doing that because, like I said, they usually spawn 2 at a time at a spot, but in this little area, you can get 3 to 4 at a time, and the bites are usually pretty quick, like a minute or 2 soak, and you should have a fish on. All right, we should be on bottom. We're drifting a little bit. Come on, man. We're fishing with rubber hooks this morning. We were working on them, and then all of a sudden our hooks turned to rubber. It's a real slow bite this morning. Well, on this day, fish not really taking it. I think what's happening when we're missing these bites, it's messing like I think what's happening is giving the fish a cool down time, and it kind of messes with the respawn rate. It's just really not just taking they're not taking the baits. Oh, you are. Hey, you got to hold it just the right way. I think this lake opens up at 33 or 34. And again, I think this lake opens up at like at 33 and 34. Oh, actually, no, hold on. Wait, so you're at the. I think so. Next for you will be the Pike. Yeah, the Pike open. The Pike actually might be open for you either now or at 30. Oh, because I know you have enough cash now to get what you need for the Pike. The Pike could be a lot more exciting. I honestly like the Pike better than this. The Pike is like constant action. That's what I was telling some of the stream earlier. Like I'm kind of waiting for you guys to at least get to the Pike, because once you guys get to the Pike, I can start racking up a lot of cash. And just grind the Pike out with you guys. But as long as I'm here, I'm gonna do this too. Knock some of this out because like I need XP more than cash really. I mean the cash grind here isn't bad. My first day here, within about 35 minutes, I got it was 26 grand. And they're being really difficult right now too. All right, I got a fix for that. So it looks like our daytime bite's gonna be a lot slower this go around. So, oof, the night peaks are ugly. The night peaks are very ugly. They don't like this. Night peaks are atrocious. Yeah, does it get this right here will get repetitive after a while. Oh, bouncing from pike to pike. Not pike to pike. That's not a good bite either. There we go, finally. Jeez. A little bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Do the Brooklyn bounce, 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 bounce. Gotta watch that tension because almost lost him. There we go. So they pay very well though, like especially these bigger sturgeon, they pay very, very well. And like I said, with those sturgeon, it don't take you very long to fill up big bags. Bounce back off the spot a little bit. All right. Trying to get the kayak steady, that way we're not drifting too bad. Not pulling the bait off the fish and not drifting toward our bait too fast because that will mess up hookups. The sturgeon users don't bite this finicky. They're biting very finicky now. You usually get like a little ding ding, then there's a slam right after it. Well, I tell people, right, the sturgeon grind, like if you have a wireless controller and like you have like a headset, you can just walk around like they're kind of like biting finicky. You can just walk around, do other things in your house, and just keep your controller in your pocket, and just set them whenever you start getting the vibration. You come back in your room and just deal with them then. If you want to fold a load of laundry, because you're not having to constantly cast like you do when you're bass fishing. You multitask a sturgeon. Should see him here in a second. I should see him already. He's right there. Oh no, he's going behind the boat. So if he goes behind your boat, just turn your boat to the left. I'll turn your rod to the left like this and pull back, and he'll turn your whole boat for you. You steer your kayak with the fish. I gotta watch my tension with him. He's being real finicky. There we go. Got him. Another good sturgeon. All right, that's 2 from that spot. I'm gonna back up and get our third one. We'll move to one of our other spots. And after we do our rotation on this peak, we may move and knock out some. Actually, let's look. Oh yeah, it fills it up fast. Let's look with what some of our actual challenges is for this lake. All right, blunt nose minnows, pumpkin seeds, green sunfish, shiner, rock bass, and brown bullhead, smallmouth, sunfish, crappie. Oh, no. Oh, whoops, there we go. That's the right one, not sand crook. All right, so yeah, I mean, we can work on this one too. Yeah, this won't be as hard at all. Do this one. Let's mark this one. So after we finish this round, we'll knock out that. That gives us a little bit more XP knocking those out. Just something to kind of break up the monotony of catching sturgeon all day. And do those other ones, what we'll probably do is we'll probably go up to land, like with the sunfish and the roach and the crappie, and we'll put on different gear. And smallmouth,